Welcome. So, I'm going to be running Trafina for a little bit, probably for the most part. Um, I am trying to get my shadow, my level 66 shadow up to. I have a build that I'm working on for the witch that I'm probably going to transfer over to subsurface. um, I just need to work on getting the armor all set up. So Trafina is probably the best one to do this with because she's the most built. Now I've changed what I've been doing. With build wise. So do well, I mean not much has changed. Not much has changed. Some one skill and a ring. I need more of whatever this is. I need a better shield. I just leveled last night. So I capped. I fucked around and did some magic finds during the day. And I found some pretty interesting things that I could add to the build, which make me a little hardier, because this is very much a glass cannon build. I might do some sulfur, since I have no XP on the board too. We can kind of push that map out and get some azurite. Is that what it's called? I think it's called azurite. Travel to the mine. Because you know what, I'm pretty sure I'm full, so I didn't write this on the list, but it's gonna be something. I need to check the maps as well when I hop back in. Yeah, I'm full.
Welcome.
I did a run yesterday with this build, but I was sitting at like fucking max XP and I was like, I better not die. It's like I shouldn't be doing this right now. So basically what I'm doing is, because everything's brand, like I've been playing this on and off for like 5 years now. But I haven't really like pushed. So we would get the darkness resistance and the light radius up. And then we can push. So I pushed to, and this was with a more hazardous build as well. So this is more stable than what I was running. And I managed to get to, and this was prior to getting to level 80. I was this strong basically as soon as I made the build. So probably like level 40. there was still some tweaking that needed to happen around level 40 because I was still, like gems that hit or just stupid little nuances like that. You know, you don't play the game long enough, and if you're none the wiser, then you're not going to Google it. So that was kind of the issue. Oh, they also changed the tree on me too, so I had to rework. I had to rework my passives. So this is the new passive. I'm probably going to change some things around too. Like, what are you after in here? I might take that out. I know it's a multiplier for damage over time, but right now I'm working on shields. So what I'm gonna do with the rest of the levels is push into the middle here. So we'll upgrade the energy shield. Because we can go to level 100. The trick is just not dying. So now you have, at these levels, you basically have to treat this as a hardcore character. You don't die. You don't get hit. You don't die. So, and I kind of have respect for that. So now there's consequence and sacrifice in normal. I found the ring while I was running the end boss, because I can tear the end boss apart pretty quick. But yeah, I think I'm gonna jump out of that. Where is that? It's down here. Do I have an orb? Oh, I want to buy something real quick. Yeah, I got 20, 22 or 11. Orb of Rare, I got 11. Now I think 3 only gets me to it. Yeah, 3 only gets me to it. So I'm also going to do... I also have to do... There's another one of these on the other side there as well. But I'm pretty sure I can do... Okay, yeah, so for me, I did a little bit of math the other day. Plus 50, so, and this is what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to go into skills. Sorry, character. So, 12. I think I was about 11. Anyways, it's 100 life if I do 10%. Versus the 50 for the on max life. And then there's also, I think it was down here. they start using life. Life and mana for shield. Yeah, here's where that is. Gain 3% of maximum mana as energy shield. So maximum mana, what's 3% of your maximum mana? And that's extra shield. Is that down here too? No. The other interesting thing that I could do with this particular skill is I could 50% increase life recovery from flask when used on low life. I can make that 100. Right, because that's over here too. Somewhere. Yeah, right there. I took off Malevolence. I was running Malevolence and Purity of Elements for a little bit, and I put one on Blood and one on Mana, and that was still too volatile, even with the ring that I was running. The problem is I didn't have enough between the shield and the life for some of these one hits. And I need to be careful of that. Because sometimes, like, you really can't stop in this game. You can stop for a little bit, for a second or two, get your bearings, and then move on. But to just sit in one place and pound on something is not a good idea. So, yeah, I'd like to have more of this. More life on hit. I'm okay. I'm finding that there are some situations where I'm still getting one hit. So this is where the extra passives are going to come in, because I don't want to change this tree. I'll just tough it out. So I took off all of the magic find because I was running 91 plus. So it was 91 base. And then for every 15 kills, I would get 1% tacked onto that. So in some cases, especially in like where I am now, and sulfur runs. So sulfur runs are great for MFing in that regard, because I'm using a single lane and everything has to pile in. Now, I did take Contagion off, which is kind of a bitch, because Contagion's really nice in this sense, but I took it off because I wasn't using it as much as I would like to. And maybe it's maybe what I need to do is use it here. So I would put it back on, so I would change this just a little bit so that I could use it in this situation. Because Contagion just works itself down the line. And then I throw an Essence Drain in on top of that, and the Essence Drain literally piggybacks on Contagion. So it's like Bane. It's like using a Hex and then or your curse, and then attaching all of those curses to it. It's a similar idea. Now right now I'm only running 2 curses because that's all I'm able to run. I have boots, and I've found out where the other skill is hidden, so I could potentially push for that, but I don't think I will. I think if anything I would go back to Contagion and Essence Drain, and that's super strong. Because I can take, if you're close enough to Contagion, you're fucked. So, Um, Essence Drain alone is a little hard in the upper areas of the mine. Because I don't have to worry about like it's the contagion is the vector, right? Because Essence Drain piggybacks on it. So I'm not too concerned at the fact like I don't think contagion does very much in the way of damage. And you can't, I think you could probably only pump it up and even then you wouldn't. Why would you? Why would you? Why would you? It doesn't make any sense. Like you could put a percentage on there because it doesn't hit because it's a curse. So it's an AoE. But I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna push a few of these, bring down my sulfur. I'm not looking to get any XP in here really. So it would basically be stuff like this. So I would bounce out. I get that. I get that. I get that. You know, I could pop in here. I could pop in here and then rip all this out. And then that's a lot of azurite. Look at it all over here. Yeah, that's beautiful. Same here. And we're not too worried about MFing or anything in here. I need to get more established before I start doing anything serious in here. This is a really nice place though. Especially because everything's contained. And again, going back to contagion. Okay, so enough gabbing. I think what I'm gonna do, I can look, I've already started here. Because I got all these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got 8 in here I can run. Okay. And then I think leveling. I think I want to push levels. I think I want to push maps. So I can force my map to give me sulfur. But you have a number that you're going to deplete when you do that. You can also do, see what I was doing, I was being cheap about it. So what I would do is I would run a map. And then I would come into the feeding trough. With the canals and then the feeding trough. And then run the end boss. And then hopefully I would get some freebies in there. I think the maps are more convenient though. I don't know if that number went back up. I'm gonna have to check when I run the map. So I think I'm gonna run some music. I'm not gonna talk over this because it gets loud and obnoxious, so there's no point in even running. With mic on. Really quickly, let's do. Okay, so you've seen the tree. I'm wearing this because it gives me dexterity. And then things are kind of like, this is for the Herald, not for the Wither. The Wither's just in here because I did some moving around. So basically, so yeah, deal 40% more. Here's the chaos that it deals. And then so my zombies and my spectrals, my phantom support, they both do 840 plus 40% of whatever that is. And then this wand, minions deal 63% increased damage. And then up top, minions deal 24% increased damage. It's huge. And then increased critical strike chance for spells. That's massive. I don't know how the fuck I found that. I was just MFing, just fucking around. Right, you do that when you don't have any XP on the board. Most of this is found. I haven't bought any of this. Maybe like I see a gem and I'm like, oh, I haven't found that yet. Maybe I'll buy it. And like, you can toss them a couple chromatics for it because it's just base level. Nothing's like, I don't think anything's over 10 in my gems.